All right, we are recording. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you taking the time on your Thursday night to join us and to chit chat. First of all, let me change it back to the other view. Can you guys see me okay? Somebody just give me like a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. It looks really weird on my end for some reason. So in any case, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight and for taking your Thursday night and joining us on this call. I decided that I wanted to do this particular topic because I realized that it's not something that I have talked a whole lot about, but it is something that I feel like has really given me a lot of success in Plexus. And I think it's something that has attributed a lot to my personal success, and then a couple of the people that I coach on a daily basis. I think that it's something that helps their success as well. And that's leading with the business and not being afraid to promote the business side of this. So one of the biggest things that you have to do when you're first thinking about starting, is shifting your mindset from what Plexus is going to do for me and put it on what Plexus is going to do for everybody else. You guys, this opportunity is huge. And whether or not you guys are in it for the business or you're fully committed to the business or anything like that, you have to think of it from the perspective of this could change literally everything for somebody else in a very intense manner, in a very profound manner, because this compensation plan is it has to be the fairest one out there. It's absolutely amazing, and it's completely weighted equally among all levels. And I'll get to that a little bit later, but there's no pitfalls in it. There's no roadblocks in it. There's no gotchas in it. Nothing like that. This comp plan is extremely, extremely fair, and it offers the opportunity for you to pretty much do whatever you want with it. Whether that is you just want to be able to cover your products, you can do that very, very simply, purely by just finding a couple accountability partners. Or you're like, hey, I really want to replace or bring in some income enough to cover our groceries, which is, probably about $400 a month. Or you're at a spot where, hey, I want to go gung-ho at this and I want to go diamond. I want to replace all my full-time income plus a ton and really make a lifestyle change for us. You guys, you have to stop thinking about this, and this whole conversation is not about what this can do for me and my bottom line. This is about what you could possibly impact your friends with, okay? So this isn't just a conversation leading with the business. It's not a selfish conversation. It's a conversation where you have something that could literally impact the rest of somebody's lives and make a generational impact in their income. So I want you guys to really think about that and think about what that could do for your network and for your friends and for your family and I'm not talking about your personal family. I'm talking about your mom that's looking at retirement. I'm talking about your sister, your brother, your brother-in-law, those types of things. I want you guys to really sit back and think about what this could do for everybody else. And think about, we always talk about that the products are like, we have Tylenol in our purse and somebody is complaining of a headache and we are keeping Plexus to ourselves. I feel that way about the business, and I see that over and over again, that we are not promoting the business enough because it has been life-changing. And I have actually gone through the entire comp plan at this point, being at a Reentry Diamond, to see that there are no pitfalls. There's no gotchas. There's no trickery in our comp plan. There's nothing you're going to get to the top and then all of a sudden be like, oh, okay, I wasn't setting my business up the right way. There's nothing that you have to manipulate or anything. You just go with this. And it's an absolutely amazing thing. So I want to start out the conversation by saying that. But then secondly, I want to start out the conversation with, we all know the products rock. I have done tons and tons of product training calls and tons of opportunity meetings and testimonies and everything like that. We know these products rock. That's not what this call is about. This call is about the business side purely of Plexus. So I don't want you guys thinking that I am purely business minded or anything like that. I love our products and I love it, but what I want to talk about tonight is the promotion of the business aspect of this. So I want to start out by talking a little bit about the law of attraction. This is a big one because basically what the law of attraction says is that it's like attracts like. So the other thing about the law of attraction is it talks about how we attract whatever we desire or expect. And it's really, really a mindset thing. But it's also what you put out is what you get back in. So if you're purely promoting the products, you're going to end up getting a whole bunch of wholesale ambassadors and customers, which are amazing and awesome. And then you're going to try and convert those wholesale ambassadors to selling ambassadors. If you are promoting both the products and the business, you're also going to be attracting business builders and wholesalers and customers. So you guys want those business builders. You want to attract that. You want to shed some light into how fun this business is, what this business is all about, and how much you guys are having success in this business. And you can't sell yourself short with that. You don't have to be diamonds to be promoting about the business. Heck, you don't even have to be silver to be promoting about the business. You could have no customers and no ambassadors whatsoever and be promoting about the business. I know because that's how I got started. So really, really sit back and think about that. It really starts within, and the whole law of attraction, I mean, it covers everything, you guys. It covers health, finances, relationships, your ambitions, everything about it. So you want to get yourself in a mindset where you are thinking positive thoughts and putting it out there and visualizing what you want to get out of this. And then that's when you start bringing in exactly what you want to bring in. If you're building your business on a whole bunch of product users, essentially, so customers, wholesalers, that type of thing, and not building your business on any sort of business building ambassador that you're attracting in, it's going to be a slower route for you. I'm not saying that there's not going to be anything that, comes of it, but I want to, if you're building your business with business builders coming in, it's going to exponentially grow your business. And it's going to be a lot easier to be building your business because you're going to have a whole bunch of partners in this instead of feeling like you're doing it yourself. So I'm going to talk a little bit later on kind of how I do this and everything. And I'm also going to open it up. I don't know if I said that for a Q&A at the end too as well. So, but what I want to talk to you guys about is that we all want runners. And so one of the first things that has to happen in this whole leading with the business and attracting others, and we have to drop that fear. We have to be bold and we have to be confident in what we have achieved so far. You guys, even if you only have one customer, one ambassador, you have built a business. You are bringing in income with this comp plan. That's the beauty of it. And you do not have to be afraid to share that with people. That is something that you guys have that's concrete, and you can say, look, I have one customer and I am making money off of that one customer. That is absolutely huge. There are so many people out there that are begging, that go to bed every single night, that are just begging for some level of income, some sort of change, something where they can start making their bills, where they can feel a little bit of that gap between their bills and their income. Just they're praying for something to come in, and $200 would change their life. I know because I have been there. Absolutely. Right before Plexus, I was there. So I want you guys to stop that fear. Network marketing has this sort of bad rap amongst people that are educated, amongst just people in general. And we have to break down that stigma. Network marketing is becoming more and more mainstream. It's becoming more and more popular. And we have seen that it absolutely does work when you're with the right company. You guys, there are bad network marketing companies out there, and we have to be aware of that. We have to be cognizant of that, and we have to be appreciative of that too. And that's why that people have these fears. But we have to kill the fear in ourselves. We cannot be the one that's holding the fear. our potentials and everybody else can be the ones that has the fear, but ourselves, us, we have to be the pillars of belief for them. We cannot have uncertainty about this. We cannot have anything like that. So I want you guys to get very, very familiar with our comp plan. You guys don't have to be experts at all, but what you have to have is belief in the comp plan. I had that from moment one, and I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Basically, I became a dealer in hope in my very first month. I did not have any kind of testimony or business, success or anything like that my first month. All I had was the fact that I was feeling better. I felt like I was on cloud nine. I had not lost any weight. In fact, I'd gained weight. And I just knew that, number one, I loved this product because I felt so much better. But number two, my sponsor, when I signed up, I called her up and I was talking to her about the comp plan. I wanted to understand it. I come from a sales background, so I know sales comp plans. I get that whole mentality. I understand it. And I wanted to understand, okay, what exactly was this comp plan all about? What was the strategy here? Why should we sign? And, she didn't go through it line by line. That would have been gibberish to me. But what she said to me was, girl, I don't know. But what I do know is that my upline is making $14,000 a month. And I was like, what? How long has she been in this? And she told me, and I believe it was like a year and a half at that point. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, well, I know if she can do it, I can do it. I go, what's so special about her? Because I didn't know her that well. And she goes, well, she's got a pretty good network at church, but I don't know beyond that. And I was like, okay, I'm doing this. $14,000 a month for me would literally change everything, change absolutely every scope of our lives. And so I was thinking about it in terms of additional income. I wasn't thinking about it in terms of replacing any kind of income. I was like, wow, if I could be a stay-at-home mom bringing in $14,000 a month, it's like, shoot, if she can do it, I know I can do it. And so that conversation kind of changed everything for me. So I sat down and I called up one of my best friends. I don't know if she's on the call tonight. I'll have to look. But I called up my friend Janelle and I told her that. I was like, look, our upline, the company that I just signed up for, the products work. I'm in love with them already. So I know that that's not a concern. I was like, but she's making $14,000. Can you believe that? I go, I know I will never, ever get to the point where I'll be making $14,000 with this company. But what I do know is that even a quarter of that would be absolutely incredible. I was like, think about what that would cover for you guys. And her and I both were like, oh my goodness, this is happening. We're doing this. And I kept telling her, just let's do this together. Join me with this. Join me in this because I know I am going for it. I'm going to go for it with everything that I have, and I'm going to make both of us successful. And I had that kind of confidence and that conviction. And Janelle will tell you, that's exactly how that conversation went. And she signed up that night, and we started going. So, and my whole point was saying that is, you don't have to explain the ins and outs of the comp plan. It does boil down to your confidence, your mindset, your conviction, and everything that, kind of comes with that. The comp plan that we have is absolutely unmatched. I've said a million times on this call already that there are no gotchas. There's no pitfalls or anything like that. There are so many other comp plans. If you guys compare the comp plans, if you guys go and watch Natalie's video that I've posted on TV a whole bunch of times, she kind of compares the different comp plans and how the binary one works, where you have these two legs and then you only get paid on X, the smallest amount that your leg is bringing in. And if anybody beneath you outranks you, then you lose them and you're no longer paid on them anymore. Nothing like that happens within Plexus. Plexus is the only company that I know where you can sign up and you can literally, you don't even have to take the products, y'all. Like, you don't have to take the products. Your auto ship has to be on, but as long as you have another customer that's going through your website, you don't even have to be on the products. And you can be making an income with this. The income potential is absolutely unmatched. And our friends that don't want to go diamonds, that maybe just want to get a couple bucks to cover their products or something like that, how easy is that to just get 3 customers or 3 ambassadors to be able to cover the cost of their products. They don't have to be a huge income earner. They don't have to turn into a network marketer. This compensation plan is for the everyman. And so what I do when I talk to people about this is I talk to them with excitement, with enthusiasm, with conviction that I know that this works. I knew it worked from the beginning before I was Diamond, and I've known it works all the way through. I've seen the light in the comp plan. So I always bring up, okay, blah, 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 blah. We're talking about the, yeah, I just blah, blah, blah on a team call. But we're talking about our, the products and everything like that. Once we're done with that, I'm talking to them about the compensation plan. Most of the time when I'm cold calling, though, I am leading with the compensation plan. I am talking to them and saying, hey, I know that you would be really amazing at this because of this. And I list out the qualities that they have that coincide with what makes a successful network marketer in this business. I point out the reasons that they will have success, and I point out the fact that I'm here to bring them success too. This isn't, hey, I sign you up and I throw you to the wolves and you get no training. I sign you up and I'm your personal coach. So I sell myself just as much as I sell, the opportunity and everything like that. And I tell them, like, I'm going to hold your hand the whole way as long as you hold my back. We can go through this together, and I know how to bring people success. And the same thing, you guys can use the same exact thing. I am happy to talk to you guys about the earning potential at each of the levels because I've been through them all. And I'm happy to talk to you guys about how our team can bring people success if the tools are actually utilized, So the bottom line with all of this is that you have to be very, very bold in presenting the business opportunity. You don't have to be an expert on comp plans, but what you do have to have is that boldness, the conviction, the enthusiasm, and the confidence that this will bring them success. You have to be the pillar of belief for your potentials, and you have to be confident enough to feel like you can promote the business on Facebook. And what I mean by promoting the business on Facebook, involve your friends in your business, in your personal business. One of the things that I like to do a lot is show how big my team is. And I've been doing that since I had one person on my team. Screenshotting the count for my team and saying, oh my gosh, you guys, even 2 people on your team is awe-inspiring for people that are watching. It piques their interest. It shows them that, hey, she's got somebody else on her team, and it's slowly growing. And as you show, there is no business win or business story too small that will not inspire somebody. I mean, it will. You are making money with this company as opposed to not making money. We have no inventory. We have none of that. So anything that you tell them about this business is going to bring them confidence. And so you can confidently sell the fact that this business is a very sound investment. And if you need to get Gavin and I involved, that's fine, but just get your upline involved, you guys. Talk to them about the income potential. Break it down for them. Answer their questions about it, but be confident and be bold about it. You guys, your confidence and your excitement and your conviction, it's palpable and it's audible, and that is what is going to sell this. So I want you guys to be bold and make this about them. Make this about not what you can gain from them joining the business with you, but what they can gain from joining the business with you. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording and unmute you guys and open it up for